Hi guys! In the last video, I talked about what the PCEP test is, and in this video, we'll be starting to go through every topic in the PCEP test. And today, we'll be covering one half of the first category of the PCEP test, and the category is basic concepts. And the topics we're covering are data types, how to make comments, print function, and the input function. Let's get started. So the data types you need to know in the Python test is booleans, integers, floating numbers, and strings. Booleans are basically just true or false. There, those are the two Boolean data types. An integer is basically a number with no decimal, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, until any number you can make as long as it doesn't have a decimal. Then, how can you put decimals in Python? Well, you use the floating numbers, which is basically just numbers with decimals. So 0.1, 0.01, so like 0.01, 0.1, 0.1, 1.1, 2.3, 2.25, so any number with decimals. And then the string is basically any characters in between two commas. So let's say comma, hello world, and comma, I am a string, and then comma, any characters you want, and then even numbers. So those are strings. And now we're going to be talking about comments. How you make comments in Python is very simple. You just put a hashtag, and then you put anything you want. Let's say this is my program. So when you run the program, it won't run this is my program in the output here. It's just a comment in your program. So you can label or you can have notes for anyone who looks at your code. And now let's do the print function. So the print function is basically it prints anything that's inside the parentheses. So the most basic example is putting a string inside and then hello world. Alright, hello world, there you go. Or you can put numbers also, so you can remove the strings. So 1, also print it out, and you can also put floating numbers, so 1.25, so you make it a float. So now let's do a comment so I can show you that it doesn't run in the program. So this is a comment, you can't see me. There you go. When you run this, we just see the floating number here. Here's the print function, but we can't see the comment. And now we'll do the input function, where you can use this with variables. Variables are basically data storages that you can use. So like, let's say we can do data equals, and then we'll put a string, hello world. And then now we print the variable data, and it'll print out what's inside it, which is hello world. And then you can use the input function here. So let's say data equals input. You have to put a string here as a prompt. What do you want to print? And then when you run this program, a user can input anything they want. So let's say I love cheeseburgers. And then let's print this. It says I love cheeseburgers. When you use the input function, the output will always be a string. In the next lessons, I'll be teaching you how to make it into integers, for numbers, booleans, or anything you want, as long as it's a data type. So that's it for this video. As you can see, this series is more fast-paced, unlike my other series, which is how to get started with Python, because we're basically just reviewing every topic that we need to pass the PCEP test. I hope you enjoyed this video and stay curious!